Yeah, we'll have to see here as we have our players getting ready here. Map list on our screen, of course. We'll be seeing the same maps we just saw. So starting off an ink spot on clams. And yeah, this I mean, that was a map we saw Vitamin Deficiency got a good head start to, but it's also one of the, one of the map modes that is really going to heavily reveal the level of communication you have with your team and coordination consistently. So,
yep. And like you're saying, man, new blood is always fun. Whether it be just the straight up, seeing what they bring to the table, seeing what they bring to the community. It's always fun seeing what's going on.
I think we just saw in the middle of a set, while in between games, at a setup.
It's happening again.
Players are bouncing around a beach ball back and forth behind the players, and the players started chiming in too.
There was literally a volleyball set going on right now, a volley as they say, looking like haiku back there. Nah, that was I love that, man. I remember going to PAX East and waiting in the big line, and they had all these volleyballs that the blow up balloon volleyballs that you can smack around and just they sign your name on and stuff like that. Oh, I love stuff like that, man. It really brings a lot to venues, seeing a giant colorful ball.
It really does,
around.
yeah.
It's so weird. But yo, my wonderful chat, I got you open now. I can actually see your wonderful words. Who you guys got for this one? Do you guys got Global Breakout or Marauder? Who are you guys feeling?
It should be noted Marauder is also, a sponsor team as well. You might, whether you're in chat or in person, might recognize them before as kind of Team Quake. And so this is kind of their first land that they're really looking to make a statement here. Sure, having gone third in their groups, but still, this is a recognizable opponent, and this is a great opportunity against a notable name in the North American Splatoon scene to really start making a name for themselves. So this set, pretty important for them, and this is their kind of first showing, I believe, on the stage here to make that name and make that presence. So we're taking a look at them and their presence as...
Yo, hold on, can we get the camera to us real fast? So we got
did this happen?
We got the beach volleyball on commentary right now.
This did not organically happen. I refuse to believe this organically happened.
AC just walked over with the mic and the ball, and frankly,
we could make a mascot off this.
That's a power play, right? Yo, I'm just saying, hey, if anyone wants to draw some fan art, I'm just saying, if no one has anything to do right now and they just want to work in the background to the stream,
what do we call our mascot here now?
Baller.
Bali.
Bali. It's like what I would name a Pokemon back in 2005. I love him. There we go. Bali. Let's go.
Oh, you had such an innocent mind. Okay, great. I have just the most atrocious names for my Pokemon.
Oh, there you go. What would you name your Pokemon back in 2005?
I'm not going to reveal that.
Okay.
That being said,
I'll name him. Okay.
That being said, we're going to enjoy our time on top 24 here. Again, this is still winners round 1, so still plenty of time coming ahead of us. Still 2 more matches to come. That being said, Marauder versus Global Breakout. Global Breakout consisting of a couple of members you've consistently seen in North American Splatoon scene, whether it be online or LAN. Most notably, whether you see Umbry, he's been on teams like Deep Blues before, especially notably. But Axelfire, Cosmic, Muty, these are teams that you've seen consistently, especially as recent as Genesis 6. So nothing to scoff at here. And they are the number 9 seed for a reason here out of these 62 teams that have showed up. So honestly, I'm kind of rooting for Marauder to make a statement here. I think it would be really significant for them to come out with, whether it be a narrow defeat or even a narrow victory or even beyond that. Let's see what they have to show for us as we go ahead and get set in for our game 1 here.
Hey, by the way, if you drop Bali fan art, feel free to hashtag SNS5 on your tweet. Anyway, going into it right now. Seems like the comps are pretty good right now. Nothing too crazy from what I noticed. Axel trying to establish something on the right side here. Looks like Global Breakout is establishing very decent map control. A little bit of contention for the mid right now. Umbre has that nice ink armor on point. No one going down. They are going to pop that ink armor, looking for a little bit of a push right now. Going to be trying to find the kill in Trim, but they are going to be able to find it very well. There's a 3-down situation, and this is looking really good for a Global Breakout starting push.
They do also have the Booyah Bomb at the ready, and they haven't had to employ it just yet. Being able to hold on to that as long as you can and really just use it when you need it such a great advantage point, but I believe they actually did use it. Was able to lock at least some zonal control there, but will it be enough to at least start this push? It seems like it will be to at least get 2 footballs in there and open up a nice 40-point gap there, as they're going to quickly realize, we had our time. We're going to go ahead and take a break from that one and quickly move on out. There's no need for us to stick on by there without, too many clams to back that up.
They got enough. They got enough in for them to back out. 2 full power clams is nothing to scoff at. And right now, I mean, Global Breakout, they backed out, but at the same time, maybe they're still in. Like a bad roommate, they're sleeping on your couch right now. They're not letting themselves out too easily right now. Just like that, there's a 3-down situation. Global Breakout saying, hey, we'll also stay for the weekend, by the way. You mind if we bring over a couple
what
of
kind
friends?
Of roommates you had? Well,
Newt trying to kick them out, but looks like they're going to stay around for a little bit longer. 2-down situation. I take it back. Marauder is going to be taking back this neutral here.
For what it's worth, I mean, that was an equally great push as it was to be able to come back from that and kick them out. So still somewhat positive here. I mean, the next fight is somewhat still incredibly important here as Cosmic takes the time, sees an opportunity, doesn't quite capitalize on it, but at least able to force Marauders into a kind of corner here, and that's important enough. Allows Cosmic for a layup kill there and get closer to the clan they're held by. Nuke releases that from their clutches, and that's going to be a layup for that football coming in for Global Breakout. But soon after that, going to be losing most of their members of their team for the time being. And it actually ends up opening up a space for Marauder to at least have some room to breathe now, which it hasn't felt like they've had that the entire game so far.
Yeah, Axel doing a good job of just putting on a couple points there, like reducing the overtime, or not the overtime, the bonus timer. It's looking like they're going to have, Marauder is going to have an opportunity to dunk right here, but they don't have a power clamp to their name. They are going to get one if Nuke gets one more.
Barely got another. Now just one more needed. Able to lay down the beacon,
close.
And that might be enough to be able to distract them, but the distraction is not enough. They need at least one more player to follow that up. And that time, that will be a tie. That will be at least a marginal loss right now by the solemn, score of 61-60.
Eric, that hurts.
That
hurts.
That's a boo-boo.
Getting that close. That being said, we have a minute 30 remaining. This is looking very good. However, they still have that 20 overtime timer. Once again, I say overtime. They still have the 20 bonus timer to work with if they want to actually score some points. Meanwhile, Global Breakout doesn't have that immediate issue. They have that bonus timer. So if they dunk a power clam, they're going to be right on the boards, right there.
It's really interesting because the push from Marauder was actually kind of enabled by a push that didn't really. They kind of tried forcing a push that ended up resulting in, I think, 3 or 4 of them going down, which opened up so much room for Marauder. But beyond that, we haven't really seen them, take map control from their own clutches. I'm really curious in seeing how they can organically create them themselves. And we might be seeing that with the start of the specials going out here. Unfortunately, Matsuura not able to get the first splat in that 1v1 altercation. That's going to be another person going down. Those 3 people down from Marauder at that point in time. And now it's Global Breakout's turn to rinse and repeat here.
Man, that is unfortunate. Axel found that in. They found that little side area. And because of his existence in that instance, they were able to take back that situation. All of a sudden, 2 power clams from Marauder just going away, just with a single snap. Now, Muty they're trying to find their in. Right now, this is a 3-down situation.
Oh, wow.
This is everything they need to just secure this victory. At this point, they don't even have to worry. They got the dunk, they got the win, and baby, they broke that barrier, getting themselves game number 1 in this set.
Yeah, that final push was kind of the cherry on top. But we saw a Global Breakout squad that was able to, more than anything, show their individual prowess and against Marauder and their kind of 1v1s against each other. My goodness, Cosmic, please stop.
Cosmic, are you okay? He has the entire cosmos to himself, apparently, from that kind of kill counter. Oh my gosh, 20 kills just like that. When you're playing dualies and you're running around like that, you're definitely doing some good work. And I'm interested to see what he'll do going into Splat Zone's Camp Triggerfish when everything is a little bit more spread out. The engagements are a little bit more to the sidelines. I'm eager to see if our teams will change up their comps at all, if there's going to be any interesting switches, or if it's going to be pretty stock standard to what we saw in the previous game.
I'm expecting maybe some ink armors to come out from Marauder. They have some favorites at least that kind of tilt towards that angle, and you know being able to have such a useful global special on especially on Triggerfish, such a wide kind of sprawling map is especially one that you can't. It's very hard to kind of maintain control of both zones as they're kind of split up by that territory in the middle. It's incredibly important. So I would kind of expect that to see that on Marauder's end. Global Breakout. I mean, I just feel like their flat out aggression has been able to net them so many just individual wins in their team fights, and whether it be 4-on-4 brawls, which we saw at the end of the last game, and which was just literally just winning 4v4 straight up, or just their 1v1 competition. And they've kind of shown that they feel like maybe they have the upper hand there, but I definitely want to see Chapter 2 in this series here, and how Marauder might bounce back.
It's all about the adaptation, man. I'm the biggest pledger in adaptation. You can win game 1. You can win game 2 even. But if you can take that time to analyze the winning team and figure out where they're going and what they're doing and what their habits are and how to punish them, you're going to walk away pretty well. You're going to walk away with that reverse 3-0. However, that takes a lot of gut to do. And let's see if Marauder has it in them. Will they be able to win 3 games right now, running into it right now into game number 2?
All right, well, we're going to have Marauder here come out in the green, Global Breakout on the pink, and now kind of splitting themselves evenly, a 2-2 formation, but an early snipe onto New will kind of translate into maybe Marauder having to watch their own zone, but a 1v2 on the other side of the map, Hamron able to come out clutch for their team in a place where they really shouldn't have been able to win that, and now having some equal established control of their own really zones, and now, yeah, Hamron, that clutch 1v2 was what kept him kind of in this, and getting a third one on this one, Hamron being able to go absolutely nuts in a space where they really needed to.
On a ham run. I can't even say the actual words
I can't say that
either. My gosh, it's like a tongue twister. But no, look at them go! Dude, ham run, it's all meat, man. They are consuming the entire competition here, one bite at a time. Good picks from them. Global Breakout with a slight lead right now. They're going to try. Oh, let's go, Muty. Finding those picks exactly where they need to. 3 down situation for Marauder. It looks like Global Breakout's lead is just going to get larger and larger from here.
Yeah, it definitely seems and feels like that. And Umbri, nice pick there with the 52 gal. Being able to employ the same thing that Slimy did, using that splash wall to effectiveness, whether it's their, enabling their and unlocking their individual pushes, or at least enabling their teammates to help pushes as well and defend them. That being said, Umbri will go down. Cosmic at least get some glancing glows on the behalf of Marauders, but regardless, it's enough to scare them. It's enough to push them back. All the while, they have control of both zones, and that's really all you need in the name of the game that is Splat Zones. Muty here has shown the prowess with the scope, and we'll do it once again here. And with time dwindling down, I'm failing to see how Marauder might be able to come back from this one.
And how do you fight an iron wall? When you are presented a literal iron wall and all you have is your hands to scrape away at it. Tell me, Eric, how do you fight against it? Because that was such an amazing lockdown, man. Yeah. Oh,
I mean, of the 2 teams that we saw employ, yeah, sure. This is surely kind of coincidence. But, well, Muty, first of all, able to come out really, really well there with the splatter scope and getting some key clutch picks from, the other side of the map. And again, the utility of that wall being incredibly important for helping push a special control of the zone. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Whether it's smart play like that or just straight up skill, it feels like Global Breakout have the advantage there from top to bottom. So this is kind of a change of pace that might be needed for Marauder. I mean, something as aggressive as Black Valley Skate Park again is definitely a kind of map to help change the pace and tone of games that, especially sets that might be going one way in particular over another. So we'll be seeing if this map mode can change things up for the teams present here. We at least see to the left of us that from what I can tell, it doesn't really seem like these two teams are locking in their votes for weapon comps yet and still very much deciding what they want. I mean, Global Breakout, despite the lead that they have, still deliberating and just showing why they are the team they are and showing the thought and consideration towards their weapon composition, whereas Marauder showing that, same kind of thought, but probably because just, they're out of being 2-0 and just really want to ensure they have a grasp on what is to come out ahead of them, which, if they are to win, needs to be a reverse sweep.
And if you have the time, take advantage of it. We got 30 seconds left. This is plenty of time to not only adjust your weapon composition, but your your mental composition.
Your BPM.
Exactly. Just think for a second, like, okay, this is the situation. This is what I got to work with. This is what our team is doing. How do we make this comeback? Because, man, I hate to say, that last game was pretty mortifying.
Yeah,
they got an amazing KO. They got an amazing lockdown. Man, they got 3 locks on that door, and they're all padlocked, too, and they don't have the key. Like, they need to figure out where that key is, under the doormat, under the flower pot in the garage. Like, they got to figure out something
Marauder,
in order to get an opening in this game number 3.
They're definitely the more vulnerable team here, and I feel like this first altercation is going to be super important for them in setting the tone for whether this set is going to be one to maybe still be watching or one to kind of look at it and maybe decide, all right, Marauder, you might be in the loser's bracket. Either way, Nuke going to start out with a patient start here with Moody to consider. Matsuera in a good position to at least be able to get the trade there. But someone needs to get on the Umbra here, an incredibly valuable player for Global Breakout here, as they're able to at least unlock that splash down in a time that they needed it, but unfortunately not in a great environmental place, but the nice dip and dodge there to be able to unlock the quick double there on Shrimp and Hamrum. And with that being said, the Rainmaker still kept at bay here as Global Breakout recovering from a place where they might have maybe gone down in the first few seconds and now holding onto that Rainmaker and starting a push of their own.
Man, what an interesting 30 seconds that was.
It really was, yeah.
Everyone was going down. People were getting picks left and right. And just like that, it looks like Global Breakout is situating themselves very nicely, setting the atmosphere for a very nice push. However, Hamrum has something to say about it.
Absolutely.
That great inkjet contesting the point a little bit.
Oh, what just happened
bit,
there?
Yeah, they got feeded to the sharks below. It looks like Global Breakout though is still making a little bit of a push happen. They have one person down. They're going to be super jumping in very soon. And it looks like they're going to have a very nice opening push for this starting bit. Oh, well, 3 people down is going to have something to say about that.
Marauder actually played that really smart. It's really tough in those situations. Keep in mind that Marauder had 2 members to defend that versus, I believe, the 3 or 4 members from Global Breakout, and they used their environments and their wall to their advantage supremely well and kited the enemy fire really well. And that just unlocked their teammates to be able to come back, spawn, and give them the supporting five they really needed to defend that one. 66, especially with the 2v4 effort that was. Impressive.
Cosmic looking so good right now.
I get that inkjet. Nicely done there, Cosmic.
Oh, them with the addition of the rest of their team putting a 3-down situation on Marauder. Looking really, really solid right now. However, they do contest just that little bit, and that's all they need to potentially put themselves back on the boards. However, to run it back in this situation where you can't reset, you got to run it back all the way unless you let the clock run down. You can't jump off the edge nice and easily. This is going to be very tough. They have a little bit of points on the board. They have a nice formulaic left push with a couple specials to their name. Oh. But that Fizzy Bomb is just going to end them just like that, and I think the push is going to go with it.
Yeah, it will, absolutely. And the Fizzy Bomb, yeah, really just nailed the coffin on that one. But that being said, still plenty of time left in this one, and if I'm being frank, Marauder has definitely shown more signs of promise in this game than they have in the other games of this set. But as soon as this hit, just get taken out there.
That was such a good pick. Ombre going in right there, man. The Shadow himself.
Really? Okay, fine.
Oh, my God. Doing such good work. Solid 2-pick just like that. And look at this, man. It's just picks left and right from Global Breakout. It's like a fiesta, man. They're able to take whatever they want. It's so good. And just like that, they have half the map all to themselves. Umbre is going to be going down. It looks like Marauder is going to be taking a little bit of mid, but man, they got to do a lot more work if they want to seriously make this comeback.
I just feel they're just playing a little bit more smart here with each other and with themselves in their own individual play. I don't know. I don't really know how to very well articulate why I'm feeling that way, but regardless, Matsuura is able to at least be able to advance into this what felt like a 2v1 at the time and able to at least get the layup on that one. And now at least Marauder's in a great place where they're establishing neutral control in a way that we haven't really seen before, in a way that is sprouting from their own ability to natch really smart splats really on the global breakout. Now Newt making a critical decision to pivot left there, in an important one where they saw a sea of yellow ink, which some players might not instinctively make. That being said, though, too many pivots means a lot of slowing down there, and it's going to be global breakout. Using that to their advantage and, well, slowing it down themselves.
Eric, man, I didn't know they had the access to an all-you-can-eat buffet at this venue right here, because Global Breakout is eating them up, man. Every single opportunity they're getting a 1 down, a 2 down, 3 down. They are just not giving Marauder the opportunity that they need, even with this baller push. I don't think it's going to see more life than a 50-point. Like, this is looking good, but I don't know.
Cosmic is kind of chill in there. Whether they can get them, yeah, that was the most important part of that altercation, and they were able to clutch that one out.
Just like that, man. 61 points is not enough to take it. A solid 3-0 from Global Breakout saying, hey, we don't need any new blood in here, baby. We got all the old blood. It's still cooking. It's still cooking. It's still kicking. Don't kick us out just yet. Solid 3-0 from them. Gonna be taking that set.
And so Global Breakout, well, knowing that Marauder wanted to make a little bit more of a statement, either way, a 3-0, that looked a little bit more promising for Marauder at the end. So definitely hats off to them, honestly. I mean, being able to show that level of presence in a game where the first 2 games they weren't able to show as much. It definitely showed that level of adaptation, but wasn't quite there yet. And I'll be looking forward to seeing what they can pull up in the losers bracket.